Listen up, folks. When you are dropping a stack of your hard-earned cash on a dedicated precision bolt gun, the expectations change completely. You are not buying a weekend plinker. You are investing in a life-saving tool, or the primary piece of gear that guarantees your family eats this winter. It absolutely has to print sub-MOA groups on paper. But more importantly, it has to run. I am talking about flawless mechanical operation after you have dragged it through a freezing swamp, bounced it around in the bed of a pickup, and caked the action in fine Appalachian dust. Today, we are leaving the entry-level budget rack behind. We are out here on the range looking at top-tier precision hunting platforms. These are the exact rifles I have trusted my own hunts and my own personal security to in the absolute worst environments imaginable. Before we get into the brass tacks, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support is the only way we keep these honest, unsponsored gear reviews coming to the 2A community. All right, let's get on the firing line. Savage 110 Carbon Predator. Let us kick things off with the Savage 110 Carbon Predator. This specific platform has lived behind the seat of my truck for the better part of 3 years, and let me tell you, it is not a safe queen. When the weather turns to absolute garbage, this is the hardware I reach for. Savage brought their A-game by partnering directly with Proof Research. They dropped a carbon fiber-wrapped stainless steel barrel right into this chassis. And that is not just to look cool at the indoor range. That carbon wrap sheds physical weight and bleeds off barrel heat incredibly fast. Whether I am doing pest control on coyotes out past 300 yards or running high-stress, rapid-fire defensive drills, this barrel simply does not string shots when it gets hot. I run mine in .308 Winchester, sporting the 22-inch tube. It points naturally, swings fast in heavy timber, and feels perfectly planted when you go prone off a rucksack. Then there is the AccuTrigger. In my book, it is still the gold standard for factory fire control groups. You can tune it all the way down to a breath-light 1.5 pounds. Mine sits right at 3 pounds, breaking like a glass rod. The spiral-fluted bolt glides on rails, and the 3-position tang safety is silent and completely instinctive. You also get the AccuFit stock system, allowing you to fine-tune the comb height and length of pull to your exact body mechanics. Throw in the fact that it accepts standard AICS pattern magazines for 10 rounds of immediate firepower. At roughly $1,700, this rig is an absolute tactical workhorse. Tikka T3x SuperLite. Moving on to the Tikka T3x SuperLite. This is the rifle for the absolute pragmatist. The kind of shooter who demands cold, hard results over flashy marketing spec sheets. I grabbed my SuperLite years ago, specifically because I needed a zero-fail meat getter. If I had to disappear into the backcountry tomorrow with only one bolt gun, this might just be the one. The magic is in the simplicity and that legendary finish engineering. You get a fluted stainless steel barrel that absolutely refuses to rust, even after days in a torrential downpour. My .308 Winchester model has a 22.4-inch barrel. It carries like a featherweight carbine, but reaches out to 500 yards with boring reliability. And the accuracy is simply staggering for a factory gun. We are talking consistent sub-MOA groups right out of the box with premium hunting ammunition. But the real star of the show is the Tikka Action. It is a 2-lug bolt with a short 70-degree lift. That means you can run the bolt fast, hard, and seamlessly, without ever busting your knuckles on the scope bell. The trigger is user-adjustable from 2 to 4 pounds, and the synthetic stock is virtually indestructible. It feeds from a flush-fit detachable magazine, holding 3 to 5 rounds depending on your caliber. Weighing in around 6 pounds, and priced between $850 to $1,100, the SuperLite is arguably the best value in the precision hunting game today. Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0 Carbon. Now, if you are pushing deep into God's country, miles from the nearest paved road, you cannot afford a single catastrophic equipment failure. That brings us to the Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0 Carbon. This is a Tier 1 survival tool designed for the serious outdoorsman. I have dragged this rifle up nasty scree fields and through dense, snow-covered timber. It is built around the legendary Mark V action. We are talking a massive 9-lug bolt with a lightning-fast 54-degree throw. It is completely over-engineered to shrug off mud, ice, and heavy debris. The tensioned carbon fiber barrel features a 416R stainless core, and it is fully free-floated for maximum harmonic consistency. But the real game changer is the Peak 44 Blacktooth carbon fiber stock. It is the lightest production carbon stock on the planet. This drops the bare rifle weight down to an unbelievable 5.8 pounds. To tame the recoil on such a light chassis, Weatherby uses a 3D printed 3DX recoil pad and their AccuBrake ST muzzle device. Even when stepping up to a heavy hitter like the 300 Weatherby Magnum, the recoil impulse is completely manageable. Mine is chambered in 280 AI, wrapped in a rugged Patriot brown Cerakote with a sponge camo finish to fight off corrosion. Yes, it carries a hefty price tag, right around $3,299. But when your life or your hunt is on the line, you will be incredibly glad you made the investment. Christensen Arms Ridgeline FFT Titanium. Next up on the firing line is the Christensen Arms Ridgeline FFT Titanium. When you are sucking wind at 9,000 feet, every single ounce in your loadout feels like a pound. I picked this rifle up for those grueling, high-altitude expeditions where physical weight is your worst enemy. Christensen completely eliminated unnecessary bulk without sacrificing a millimeter of downrange precision. The cornerstone of this build is the solid titanium receiver. It sheds a ton of weight while maintaining incredible structural integrity. They pair that with a spiral-fluted bolt and a hand-lapped 416R stainless barrel wrapped in aerospace-grade carbon fiber. It is threaded 5/8 by 24, and the included titanium side baffle brake is an absolute lifesaver. It completely tames heavy-hitting cartridges like the 300 PRC. The stock features their Flash Forge technology, or FFT. It is an ultralight carbon fiber shell that is pillar and spot bedded for maximum action rigidity. This entire platform weighs a mind-blowing 4.8 pounds, completely bare. You can mount a premium optic and a heavy-duty sling, and it will still weigh less than a standard hunting rifle with iron sights. Coming in around $3,000 and available in calibers from .308 Winchester to 300 PRC, it is a highly specialized, purpose-built mountain rifle that simply will not quit. Bergara Premier Canyon last. But certainly not least, we have the Bergara Premier Canyon. The first time I took this rifle into the elk woods, I was miles from civilization with a nasty storm blowing in fast. I needed absolute faith in my primary weapon system, and the Canyon delivered flawlessly. Bergara designed this specifically for the rugged, uncompromising hunter. It utilizes their premier two-lug action, which features a floating bolt head, a cone-shaped bolt nose, and a robust sliding plate extractor. That translates to incredibly smooth feeding and violent positive ejection, no matter how dirty the chamber gets. The No. 4 Contour stainless barrel comes fluted in either 20 or 22 inches. The whole thing is armored in a tough sniper gray Cerakote finish that takes a beating. I run the 300 PRC model, and thanks to the factory Omni muzzle brake, staying on target for rapid follow-up shots is a breeze. It is also threaded 5/8 by 24, making it a prime candidate for running a suppressor. The AG Composites carbon fiber stock keeps the total weight right between 6.2 and 6.5 pounds. You also get a world-class TriggerTech frictionless release trigger that breaks like an icicle. Priced between $2,300 and $2,500, the Bergara Canyon is a top-tier performer that perfectly bridges the gap between a custom precision rig and a rugged field gun. All right, guys, that wraps up my top picks for serious, hard-use precision bolt guns. If you found this intel helpful, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment down below and let me know what your ultimate backcountry setup looks like. Until next time, stay safe, stay vigilant, and always keep your powder dry.